and I think that's right now in caliber for heat of the day. Funky, the water's moving around a little bit. You start to see the rock influence from the backwash from the shoreline, all this. And then the next best time is right after high tide. And you start to see that kind of back off into mid. It seems like the best quality.
Yolanda Hopkins tearing into one here. She will get busy on a wave, just plugging that energy down the line, putting the score up. Her work was, let's get another look at Yolanda's wave.
Yolanda, she's bringing a little extra energy here, throwing down the front foot grip too as well. Compressed bottom turns in the lip, you know, and out on the face. Again, we saw what really scores high is when you can get into that lip. I felt like there was an opportunity there where she really could have kicked one pretty solidly. She kind of missed it, just did a little. The carve started a little early for my likes, but ultimately I think, you know, first wave of the heat, you don't want to make any major mistakes. She was able to complete that ride, and she'll get a reasonable number for it. Here's Manami Nanaka's wave, you know, kind of a mid-size wave. Again, great flow and speed from the Japanese surfers. She ends up with a 4.83, but the best of it is going to be Yolanda Hopkins, and I think again it's the speed through the maneuver she's getting the extra numbers for. Great flow through that midsection, which can be a bit tough, as Pauline had mentioned earlier heat, that it is tough to keep that speed and flow through the mid portion of the wave. And then this is Manami Nanaka, and this is the score that is just a different angle of the 483. So the midsection there, again, a little slow, and the cutbacks aren't necessarily real high scores, and then the fall at the end. So that's why.
Under 23 minutes to go. Let's go down and hear from the winner of the last heat. She was going great guns, and she's standing by in Joanna.
Thanks, Paul. You kept that one in your pocket right till the end. A 9.33 and a great combo.
Yeah, that heat was definitely really fun. I was stoked that I was able to find a couple waves that had some wall to it and stood up. Yeah, at the end there, it was so much going on. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what all happened, like what the scores were, because I know that all.
Okay, board's gone, or board's on point. What I'm doing is on point, and you can take that confidence into the next round.
It's all working. It's all working for Shino Matsuda on this particular wave as she hits a nice pace to some turns before the wave runs out of energy. Area here providing us with ultra consistent conditions in terms of wave riding opportunity. Taking one of those opportunities right now. It's Yolanda Hopkins. Good looking wave. Bang, good energy. She smashes one off the top and then into a rail jam in the pocket, keeping the speed going. Crucially, another nice jam on the rail from her. She'll just keep plugging away down the line. Look for a finish down in here. A lot of energy into this wave already. And we could get a nice steep section for her to finish. She'll take on the lip there. Kind of using the rail rather than really taking on the lip, fitting in another carve, quickly recovers out of that turn. She has gone a long way on this wave and ain't done yet, and she finishes off right on the inside.
Wow. Yeah, you should be pretty happy about that one. Yeah, that was
just kind of calling it on commentary. And let's have another look, Pete.
Yeah, well, and I love that. That's the attacking of the lip on the outside section, so that was the best turn of the wave. And then here, just creating a lot of flow. I mean, she's got the cutties going on and then compressing through the turns and talking about what Pauline was mentioning about how keeping the flow through the mid part of the wave. I think staying low and being able to pump through that slower sections, and then now it starts to stand up on the inside, and just great, you know, rhythm through the ride, you know, great turns and carving, and then the finish. And she made sure she wasn't going to blow that. So nicely done. I mean, what, there was 8 maneuvers.
And the exuberance of Yolanda Hopkins is paying off big time. Spread from our panel. 3 of them thought it was
not out of this one. I mean, but Yolanda at this point feels like the rhythm is with her.
Here goes Nanaka. So wide and inside, but a good looking wave. You see the energy. Really interesting to see from the drone just how it kind of draws onto the reef after sort of going a little wide. And she'll keep her grip in the pocket with some rail jams, just kind of keep things loose.
Yeah, with this one, you can see, though, it bent out to sea, right? So it didn't have that bowl coming back at it. And that's where I think you're talking about if you're going to out on you. You can see this wave here. Again, it's pushing off the reef. You can see the angle. It never really had the big, steep face. Surfed it well, great flow. But the wave choice, unfortunately, just let her down. You know, just never had vertical face. Maybe down here in the end, but even then, I think it was a crumbly little section that she had to climb up over, and then even the fall at the end.
Live action. We're looking at Shino Matsuda on a smaller wall for her. She'll stay busy, just kind of snip away at this. I've been impressed with the precision, the places where she's been putting her turns. There's another one of her backhand whips, a much smaller wave. Trying to give me Nonaka in blue, and this is the reply from Shino Matsuda.
And you had mentioned, and she's got that nice solid backhand. That was a beautiful first turn, straight in the next maneuver, but the wave lets her down again. So the wave choice a little bit, she made the choice because she had that first section, but then the midsection, it slowed up big time. Didn't have a lot in it. Unlike what we saw from Yolanda, who had her wave driving down the line. This one didn't quite get it, but she did have a better finish. Good start, good finish. So it feels like this is going to be the best of...
Well, wrapping in. Smallest day of our waiting period. It's still overhead on the sets. Still plenty of energy running down here. It's been a really interesting peak. You know, we kind of watching and learning as we go with this wave, and always got finding stuff out. So we just see some live action way up the top of the point. Here goes Freya Plum with a good looking section, good bottom turn, bang, smashes one, nice spray from her. She'll go into a carve, initially a little tentative, and then she'll kind of up the ante and push harder on the rail, finish that turn well. And this wave will go a little soft in here if she can get a transition, which she can't, to an inside. So good work done out the back, but July, she would love to just keep with that momentum, get a qualification situation. A couple of events on our home shores of Europe to do that. And a long way from home, looking pretty comfortable in the conditions. Shino Matsuda, she'll just S her way into a wave. The backhand turns are very dialed in. She does seem to be able to whip that board around nice and quick here. And the judges have been enjoying it in the last couple of days. Let's see how she goes. Little inside section here. So good at those little transitions, recovering from turns straight into the next one. It's a tricky wave through here, a lot of water in front of her, resting her forward momentum, and she'll just keep on whipping away. Super light on her feet, just adjusts the feet there and spanks it hard on the end. So a good way to keep the energy up, Pete.
Well, I will say that the waves she's been getting, she's been surfing them above the potential of the scorer. That's good stuff, because when you can do that, generally, when you get those good waves, it'll be easier. But right now, she's having to surf into three beautiful waves, and here she is on her fourth.
Yeah, heat leader, driving off the bottom, nice jam, good power off the rail. She'll set up for a lip here. It kind of crumbles cooperatively, and she'll just tag it. And then looking to check back, staying in the power section of the wave, a little look around. So some turns.
To do well, oh, it is nothing better. Watching this replay here, big carve, and she actually ends up getting this section and tacks it. Nicely done there. Wave starts to back off in a big way. Doesn't have that connection to the inside. Probably won't factor into her top two. But either way, she seems to be in rhythm with the set waves. Now watching Minami. This is an important wave for Minami here. We have yet to see a score, but she needs to catch up to her fellow countrywoman in Shio, who is going to post another pretty good number here. Little stumble on that one, but she keeps it together. This is a much better wave, but the judges will take note of those little stumbles. I mean, and look at the quality of this wave. You're looking at it going, I don't know, you know, and she saw something down the line. She weaves her way to it, but then whack, you know, and that's a section that was soft, and she was able to make it look pretty darn good with that whipping snap. And then she ends up finishing with a nice, beautiful snap too. And again, it's just like surfing that wave's potential, surfing it up. She'll end up getting probably a score that will factor into her top two, I would feel like. That's 5.43. Feels like it's a little better. And she'll extend that second place position, even by the slimmest of margins if she does. Not going to be in rhythm with the best waves, and that's just unfortunate, but that's how it is. And if you're able to take the waves that you have and surf them up in huge potential, you're going to make those close heats. Being the smallest day and probably the less quality of waves that we've seen, but the actual scores have been higher. I mean, yeah, we're getting deeper in the event, so the better surfers are making it through.
Oh, big turn there, and much better energy from Nonaka. She's looked sort of slightly dainty maybe on this wave face, and a little flat through some of her turns prior to that, but she smashed that lip there, and she'll be fired up from that. Let's see where that goes score-wise. Hopkins now on a bit of a softer wave early on. She'll just kind of stick with this, not really doing much damage in terms of maneuvers. And a kick out from her, just speculating on an effort. Won't as we see them scattered throughout the lineup here with a read on a wave about halfway out the back. It's our leader, Hopkins, taking a wave here, so deciding to stay busy, looking to improve, and she'll bash one pretty hard. 6.83, her backup. If she can improve that score, she will extend her lead. Feeling a lot of threat coming from our Japanese surfers underneath her, and not sure she's going to improve with that.
Yeah, no, he can tell. He did
need another point on that to threaten. Here goes Freya Prum using that priority. What she got coming from deep, way out the back. Good hit on a crumbly section early on. Now this part of the wave, absolutely crucial for a score here. She can get energy, go through this middle part of the wave, and then hopefully for a finish on the inside. She'll kind of high line this one, looking for speed. She'll clip one, nice drift. That's technical, it's control. It's not a massive point scoring maneuver. Signs of a slight wind switch out the back. Telltale signs of action from our surfer in second place, Shino Matsuda, who has been pretty good with the wave selection. That one, uncooperative. Here goes Hopkins, your heat leader. She is wasting no time staying busy. Great looking wave here, gouges a big chunk of water in the face of Freya Prum, paddling back out. But she'll keep on plugging away down in here, using that rail, just keeping on applying pressure. Boom. And a bang, a big finish as well in the end.
Yep, see, and I mean,
where she wants to position herself on the wave. Here goes Matsuda, second place, 7.57, the requirement for her for first. She'll keep on S-ing away. Not going to get a big number from what best ways. You've got to make the best of them. That's absolutely what she's been doing. Meanwhile, Hopkins, no let up from her.
No, not at all. And we were waiting on this score, so there were some critical sections on that wave. That was that gouging turn that you had mentioned, and I literally was sitting in my head going, ooh, nice gouging. You just spit it out. And then the finish is also very strong because, boom, again, just accentuating the turn, hitting the lip. This panel loves that kind of stuff, so I feel like that she could see an improvement on that 6.83. Also in this set, Minami picking up another wave, needs a pretty big score though, a 7.38. Not quite as polished as her fellow country mate, Shino. She's been a little bit less in control, but that finish was solid.
And doing that in this heat, still looking good for that second. A score to come in for that woman there, 7.38, it's a big number. Judges just work out how this is going to come. Let's improve. So great stuff from her, 7.53. She'll be hearing that read out, much to her pleasure. She makes her way in on a whitewater. And a big old total there, 15.86. Any kind of professional surfing heat, you get in a high 15 out of 20 feet, you know you've had a good morning.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, 16 is considered excellent, which is a pair of 8s, and we've seen a few of those today. Matter of fact, one of the surfers who was able to get that number is coming in next. But congratulations to Yolanda and Shino. We're starting to see Minami's score here. It's
strong in the next round. Shino Matsuda, impressive early on, impressive today as well.